privilege to be here. Thank you so much, Nicole. Have any of you met someone who has Mosaic Trisomy 18? Not you, because I know you. Is there anyone else? Anyone at all? I guess we're pretty rare as doctors outside this room giving help to Trisomy 18 kids. That's why I'm so glad to be here, because you value life. I would just like to share a little bit about myself. Oh, there, it works. When I was born, there was good news and there was bad news. The good news was my parents had a brand new baby boy, and they fell in love with me right away. Bad news was a social worker came up and says, I know he's probably not what you expected. To my mom, it's like, just look at that cute face. I didn't even have a diagnosis. Okay. I guess this is a little bit technical difficulties. Yeah, shoot. Oh, there, no. So, while other kids were walking, I did things a bit differently. Instead of walking, I did my famous log roll. I could get from one side of the room to the other side of the room in no time flat. I rolled so fast that I rolled down the stairs twice. My mom rushed me to the hospital and says, oh, Brandon has fallen down the stairs again. I'm sure they were thinking, sure he fell down the stairs again, or did you just push him down the stairs? So people ask me, what happened to you? Did you fall on your head? I can say, yes, actually twice. I wasn't meeting the normal milestones, so I was sent in for testing, and they discovered I had Mosaic Trisomy 18. 70% of my cells have an extra chromosome. And, well, everyone has their tests, so I was sent in for more testing. And they discovered I had ADD and I have a 58 IQ. So if I mess up today, I really do have a good excuse. And because of that, I was bullied. People used to say such things as, hey, retard, or you reject. I used to put a brave smile on my face and pretend it didn't hurt, but in fact, it felt like my heart was about to burst. Thankfully, a good friend named Quentin Jennis changed my life around. Thank you, my friend. So how does this affect me? Well, if people talk too fast or give me too much information, and just see me just smiling, nodding my head, there are two possibilities. Number one, I really like what you're saying. Number two, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. My mom asked how my brain works, so I have a diagram to show you. Normal people usually have puzzle pieces for their brain. Mine's a bit different. I have chess pieces, checker pieces, and battleship pieces. My friend on Friday, Quentin, had to write a speech. It took him, just went out to the water park and quickly wrote it. 1 hour, probably finished. For me, there's a difference because of the brain thing. So it took me 4 or 5 days, almost every single day to study this speech for 4 or 5 hours, just 2 sentences, so I could actually memorize the speech and be prepared for today. But the harder the journey, the sweeter the victory. How I started this was watching a video called The World of a Trisomy Child, a world which decides who is worthy of medical treatment in life itself. And I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless, and so that's how it all started. Imagine if you were denied medical treatment because of your sexual orientation, gender, race, or religion. Wouldn't you be outraged? Unfortunately, this is the world of a trisomy teen child. A world that decides who is worthy of medical treatment and life itself. And these are some attitudes toward trisomy 18. And this is on the neonatal research by Dr. John Yoons. I'm just going to read the bottom one here. Some infants with trisomy 18 mosaicism have manifested some very limited degree of personality development. The oldest surviving persons with the condition have reached the 2nd decade of life, while tube-fed, unresponsibly bedridden, and recurrently treated for infections. I won't even comment on this because apparently I have no personality. And these are some obstetrician attitudes toward trisomy 18. Trisomy 18 is a lethal abnormality, 84.5, strongly agree. Would this affect how obstetricians are treating their patients with this diagnosis? So Down syndrome life expectancy was in 1949 was 8 to 12 years old. Now it is 55 years old. Why is that? Well, medical intervention, and that's all we ask for trisomy 13 and 18. And some parents would like to some of the phrases that they were told by their doctors. No quality life, or best interest of the child, which is code for just take the child home and let it die. Or they will live a life of suffering. Oh, there's nothing we can do. Well, the last one, I'll go a little bit about into that, but not just right away. So this is a survey used from 332 parents, and I'll just read the first two. My child is a happy child, 91% agree. My child enriches our family life, 84% agree. So there's a big contrast what doctors think and what parents think. And so this is what is being used for trisomy 13 and 18 for medical textbooks and media and different articles. Would this affect parents who view their children or doctors viewing their treating patients? I was able to speak at the SOFT organization for trisomy. It was in Tacoma, Washington. The kids we just saw, and we were just seeing right now, did not look at the pictures we just saw. They were spending time loving each other and spending time with their parents. Why aren't these pictures shown? And older trisomy 18 kids, we hear a lot of them die before a year old. But why aren't these pictures showing that kids that do survive? I was able to do the pediatric grand rounds for at Alberta, University of Alberta, and a nurse came up to me and was in tears because she said she only held the trisomy teen babies and did nothing for them because that's how she was taught and did that over for 20 years. How sad. No survivors. I was doing a presentation on trisomy 18 and a parent came up to me and was shocked because she said her doctor told her that no one survives, and because of that she took the doctor's advice. And this one's, I had to advocate for a young girl, trisomy 18, because at the Children's Star Hospital, the cardiologist absolutely refused, saying that no trisomy 18 children survive. Well, that isn't true. All you have to look is social media for trisomy 18 on the soft and see that kids are surviving heart operations. My mom, when I was young, we went to our geneticist, and my mom asked, I was 8 years old at the time, and she asked how she would advise her, and she said, without blinking an eyelash, abortion. But then my mom says, you're advising me to kill Bren. But the geneticist said, yes, but statistics show. And I was right there in the room. I could truly feel the love from the medical community back then. Statistics are great. They might tell you what may happen, but not what will happen. An extra chromosome doesn't kill you. I'm living proof of that. I am not a statistic. Iceland claims to be close to 100% Down syndrome free. That would also include trisomy 13 and 18. Yikes, I don't want to take a vacation there now. But unfortunately, it's happening there and around the world. Trisomy 18 is the second largest abnormality to Down syndrome. In the picture I just showed you of the older trisomy 18 kids, not a single one of them was from Canada. Why is this? Where are all our trisomy 18 kids? In Canada, I believe I'm the only Mosaic Trisomy 18 kid. Why is this? I would just like to share one story about Sam, who is right here. What happened to my friend Sam here? When Katja was born, she was diagnosed with trisomy 13, and they were going to be moved into a beautiful room. But when Sam got there, there was no O2 sat monitor. And he asked, where's the O2 sat monitor? They said, oh, it's a beautiful room. There's no O2 sat monitor, but isn't this a beautiful room? But Sam knew without an O2 sat monitor, Katya would have died. And they said she had no quality of life. Well, I got to meet Sam and actually got to drive his Porsche. And I was driving conscientiously, but, well, Sam wouldn't have that. So he floored it and nearly gave me a heart attack. I still have the nightmares to this very day, Sam. But Katya liked that. She liked that. There. And she would smile from ear to ear. Sam and Katya had so many wonderful memories, but unfortunately, Katya lived in a world that didn't value her life, and because of that, she died last October at 16 years old. Did Katya have a valuable life? Just ask her dad and the people all around the world she made a huge impact on. And these are some quotes about doctors. Your child is no longer my patient, only you are. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable treating your child. And he didn't, and the child died. Or let me make myself perfectly clear. I will not spend a single healthcare dollar on your child. Just let her go. She's just going to be an air miles kid between medical wards. And this is Ashley. She is Mosaic Trisomy 18. Start planning her funeral so that when she dies, you won't have to worry about planning and you can focus on other things. She is now 19, and she has her license and has graduated. And this is Vanessa, and she's 14 years old, and her heart repair at 2 months and diagnosed at 8 months. Had we known her diagnosis, we would not have operated on her. This is Deborah, and 47, and she has Mosaic Trisomy 18, and she was diagnosed at 35. What you look like is not who you are. Your genes tell us you are disabled. Because of that, she went through a tough time. And these are some doctors who have been helping us. She probably won't grow up to be the president of the United States. She might not live to be 70. But that doesn't mean she does not have a life to live. It's my job to ignore her trisomy 18 and fix her heart. If a woman sometimes women will take a prenatal screen before a child is born, and if the doctors discover it is trisomy 13 or 18, they will highly advise the woman to abort or bully them into abortion. But after if a child is born, if they need something as simple as oxygen, they refuse to give it. It seems like a lose situation. And here I am just standing in the middle. But once I diagnose as trisomy 13 or 18, it seems like a death sentence. Does that mean in a generation or two, our trisomy 13 and 18 kids will be extinct in a generation or two? And I'd just like to end with these recommendations. Number 1, avoid using the words such as lethal anomaly or incompatible with life. Treat the symptoms, not the labels. And provide balanced and accurate information. I have brought some resources, and they're right here. I can give you guys a copy, and I think there's a copy at the back table there. And we made lots. We made 2 copies, so everyone should be able to have one in the room. But if not, just email me, and we'll send you an extra copy. And there's resources at the back. And one last slide. As a doctor, you can make a huge impact on someone's life. But remember, you have a job outside, you have life to live outside of being a doctor. Be a friend to someone like Quentin did for me. You may never know how much that may impact someone's life as well. On behalf of the trisomy community, I thank you for believing that all life is valuable, including those of us with an extra chromosome. There's a lot we can learn from each other, isn't there? Please stand up for those of us with an extra chromosome before it is too late, because genetic discrimination is deadly. We all deserve a chance at life. May God bless you.